No, Elon, why did you lie to us? Is what every Tesla investor is asking themselves right now. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. And yes, as many of you guys saw in today's live stream, we live streamed Tesla's earnings. And again, we made it very clear. We always try to play it safe because we know a lot of beginners watch our videos. If you go back to that live stream, we watched the market react to Tesla's positive earnings. And then what did we say? We said, hey, just know that they do have an earnings call. Elon Musk does talk a lot. And if the sentiment, for whatever reason, changes, if he says something that really discourages investors, which he did, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit, we could see a completely change of sentiment, right? From a big rally to, a sell-off. That's exactly what happened. This is why we talk about those things, not because they have to happen or because we try to predict, but because, again, for beginners, it's always better to play it safe than to be sorry, right? Tesla went from highs of 406 to lows of 377. This overall move from the highs to the lows, I think this is where it would upset a lot of Tesla investors, is a 7% downturn from highs to lows. Overall, Tesla's barely in the red. I think it's just more upsetting of what once was versus what currently is, right? With that being said, what exactly was announced? So first off, yes, Tesla did report better than expected earnings, barely, but it's Tesla. They never really have to have a huge beat for Tesla stock to rally. They just have to, I would say, because they trade at such a high premium, right? As many of you guys know, Tesla's viewed as an overvalued company for those that view it as just the car company because it trades over 380 times its earnings, right? So it's incredibly overvalued. But there's the dream factor, the Optimus robot, the robotaxi, and all it needs to really do is not come below expectation. And then it can kind of keep that premium value, I would say. Well, Tesla did just that. Revenue, earnings expectation. Gross margins were not bad. I'm going to get back to this, but I want to refer to it very quickly. Tesla's total cash flow, the most that it's ever had, nearly $45 billion. Quite impressive, right? This is where it gets ugly. The first huge miss for Tesla is that Tesla just confirmed that the HW3 cannot achieve unsupervised full self-driving from Elon Musk himself. For customers that have purchased full self-driving on HW3, we are offering you a discount trade-in for cars that have AI 4 and also offering the ability to upgrade the car's computer and cameras. They're backpedaling. If you guys remember 6 years ago, 2019, I think it was actually during Q1 or Q2 of the earnings call for Tesla, Elon Musk said that in 1 year, they plan to have full autonomy. This is where Elon really begins to pay the price. Now, again, who's going to hurt him, right? He's worth over $800 billion. I can see why some people don't like him because he does talk a lot. But again, in my opinion, he also is one of the greatest minds of our generation. He might need more time. Does he overpromise sometimes? I don't even want to say sometimes, almost all the time. I think we can all acknowledge that. But it's moments like this where things can really get ugly. Remember, Tesla is not a cheap stock. It's trading at an enormous valuation, especially as a car company. You can almost get every car company that's publicly traded, stack them together, and Tesla is still valued at a higher price level. Why? Well, because it promised full self-driving. It promised that it wasn't just the car company. It also promised the Optimus robot. Optimus robot, there really isn't much concerns when it comes down to that, but they're also projected to invest a lot in 2026. And this might actually scare a lot of investors if you take how low consumer spending is projected to be this year. The 2026 CapEx guided over $25 billion. Tesla is paying for 6 different factories currently in various different stages coming online. And free cash flow, remember that 45 that I talked about? Free cash flow is expected to be negative by the rest of the year. Dang. Okay. Well, they went from $8 billion in CapEx last year to now $25 billion. They're spending and spending heavy. Now, hopefully this really pays off, right? Because they're trying to build one of the world's biggest chip manufacturing plants. So hopefully it pays off for them. But again, the Tesla story. Once you begin to break your promises and investors begin to see, I don't even want to call it a lie. It's just he needs more time. But it's been years. Elon Musk told or sold millions of Teslas, which he did. If I'm not mistaken, he sold 3 million Teslas during this period. With the hardware 3 computer that and repeatedly promised of earning robotaxi in the coming of their car, only to tell them years later that Tesla will never deliver on that promise, or at least not yet, while making hundreds of billions of dollars for himself. This is where investors, again, I didn't write that obviously, but this is where investors can really begin to dig into Elon. This is said by Ross on X.com. Not a good conference call for current Tesla owners. Basically, HW3 customers are screwed. They sold about 3 million of these Teslas, and about 285,000 of them have full self-driving. So the liability is in the billions. Now again, Tesla sold the dream that they would have it by now. And now they're saying that, well, we could refund you or give you a discount or upgrade your cameras. Bro, what? Now you're backpedaling. Remember, this is where things can really begin to fall apart when you trade at such a premium. Like if Tesla was such a good deal, like if it wasn't trading at such a premium, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal because, well, who cares, right? It's just it has so much other stuff going for it. But when it begins to fall apart and not deliver in its promises that it's made to its customers, to its investors, then that is where, when it trades at a premium, that premium becomes a little bit more unrealistic. There's less hope and more optimism about, hey, maybe he can't pull this off. So this is why we saw the sharp reversal, is that Elon began to backpedal on a promise that he made years ago about the HW3 chip. So again, is it the end of the world for Tesla? No, right? Like if you look at the bigger picture, Tesla's been on a downturn from highs of $500, hit lows of 333, 337. It's still trading at an elevated price, right? It's still not a cheap stock by any means, over 380 times its earnings. It's a company that barely has $3.8 billion in net income, but it's valued at what, $1.45 trillion. It's still incredibly expensive. Now it's just easier to poke holes on the dream of Tesla. That's what I would say. There's more of a uncertainty or fear of holding it because now he's beginning to backpedal. And again, Tesla is no stranger to this. Tesla is notorious for huge rallies, right? Very unique, but also huge sell-offs. And it hasn't had a significant sell-off in quite some time. So people think that this is a pullback. No. It's been in the 480 before. And then it crashed all the way down to 200. It's definitely possible that if things begin to fall apart for Tesla, it can get very ugly very quickly. Because again, Tesla is trading at a premium. It's not a cheap stock. And when you look at it fundamentally, right, if you go to Investing Pro, you click on the Pro research, you can see that Tesla as a car company is no longer growing. Margins are relatively flat. And when it comes down to their overall revenue, they haven't grown in the past 3 years. That is a concern for investors, right? So we'll make sure that we continue to keep an eye. But the question really comes down to asking the investor, do you still believe in the dream of the Optimus robot? Because if you do, then yeah, the Optimus robot revenue and what it can be is still not being factored in its current net income. So therefore, although it is trading at a premium as a car company for Tesla, then that is where you can kind of, I would say, make sense to some degree of the dream of the Optimus robot because of what you believe that can be. But again, is he just going to continue to kick that can down the road? Remember, he talked about robotaxi back in 2019 to be available in 2020. 2026 is here and it's still not here. So how long can investors be encouraged to continue to want to hold Tesla when it continues to break its promises? But again, if you have the stomach to tolerate the time that it might take for it to recover, then all power to you, right? I just wanted to make sure that I did my part and providing a little bit more of an understanding on why Tesla sold off so quickly after its earnings call, even though it beat earnings expectation. And that's just because, again, it broke one of its promises that it made years ago. So we'll talk about this a little bit more in our live trading session tomorrow. if you want to tune on in, like I said, I trade live every morning. It's designed for complete beginners. And as you can see, our focus is always to look out for beginners and the risk that comes with trading and investing in this market. So if you want to tune on in, second link in the description down below will give you access to just that. If you like the softwares that we use today, everything is linked in the description, so feel free to check it out. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.